She's back. So, it's been a while. Welcome to season 2. I feel so I don't know why, I'm just so all over the place, so I hope everyone enjoys me repeating the same words all over again. Promise I'll try and learn my best and I'll get to grips, and I'll try and limit the amount of likes I say this season and the amount of genuinelys, and if that all fails, then we can all just turn this into a big massive game of shots every time I say that word, because I feel like we have no other choice. So yeah, welcome to the new season. Hello. So I feel like a lot has happened since the first episode of, the first season. What we're not going to do today is talk about men and Valentine's Day and talk about how I'm in relationships, because funnily enough now, I am not. I kind of broke up during season 1, but I feel like now I'm not documenting any of that anymore. Like, I genuinely can't. I'll still talk about embarrassing dating stories, but if I'm actually seeing someone, I'm not going to document my whole entire life on this, because I feel like that's only bad things come from it. But if I talk about past dating stories, and I feel like there's nothing can really go wrong with that. So that's exactly what we're going to do today, because I've been through the trenches, and who else to tell than all of you guys. So we're going to start the first episode back with where I've been for the past couple of months and the people I've met along the way. Honestly, it's been traumatizing. I have so many... I don't even know where to begin. So basically, I went on a date not too long ago, just fully exposing myself. And, you know, actually, I've went on 2 dates recently, and they both kind of went really not... fuck. I'm so sorry if it was you. I'm so sorry if it was you. Like, when I just put a disclaimer out, there's nothing wrong with these men. They were actually normal. And the guys I spoke about in the past, can't say the same. These ones were actually kind of semi-normal, but the first one was just really unfortunate. So, like, we met on shout out Hinge. Like, they should sponsor me at this point. But yeah, so I started with Hinge, and I feel like I was the one repping Hinge, like nothing bad can come out of Hinge. Well, I was wrong. Well, it was either Hinge or Tinder. I think maybe it was Tinder. I actually don't remember. Anyway, dating app warrior, clearly. Starting with, okay, I don't even know if it was Hinge or Tinder at this point. Like, they're honestly all meshing on each other. So let's say we were talking for a couple of days. He was really cool. He was really nice. And then I met him, and things are going really good. He suggested a coffee date for the first thing, and I was like, you know what, we can't really go wrong with that. Like, nothing bad can happen, surely. And like the 5-minute walk from the train station to this coffee shop. So I'm thinking, like, cool, this is a win. He's really nice, and I've actually like kind of met him previously before. Oh my god, I'm so sorry if you're watching this. I'm gonna need to block this man. But he was so nice. I can't stress this enough. But we're in this coffee shop, and it's literally like an internet, like, kind of cafe. So it's like where all the students go. And he's like, oh, I don't even drink coffee, by the way, so like, what do you get? Like, I've only just started drinking coffee. And I'm like, well, for starters, literally me, like, I'm always the one that copies someone, like, the person with order, but at this point, I've had a rough couple of months. I am balls deep in my coffee addiction, like, so I know exactly what I'm getting. I'm going to get a latte, and normally I'd get a caramel one, but I've actually kind of, like, grew the fuck up to the point where I don't now need caramel in it. So I was like, I'm just going to get a nice latte, and he got the same. I don't think he liked it. I don't think he enjoyed it, but I think he drank it. But before they arrived, this is where the kicker really sets in. So I've literally been with this guy maybe like max 5 minutes. 5 minutes tops. And I've not really been able to talk to him. I've literally just been able to order my coffee. So we have to walk down these little stairs in this tiny little internet cafe that was mobbed with students down. There was a little downstairs bit. So many students there. So we're like walking down this. We are walking down this little tiny staircase. It's kind of like curved. So I'm feeling like, okay, like, here we go. Like, we'll just get a wee seat and it'll be fine, and then the coffees will come. So, oh my god. We're walking down the stairs, and I'm at the back, and he literally one of his feet must have slipped, and he's literally went head first down these, well, not head first, but okay, I'll give him some credit here, but he did kind of go doof 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 down these stairs. Like, I swear I swear down, it was like doof 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 down these stairs, and he's like reaching back up to grab the banister, and he's clearly missed the banister, so he's still going. And I'm just standing looking at him thinking, Jesus, like, and that was like the first date back in so long, and the only thing going through my head was, you're not ready for this. Like, you are not ready for this, like, at all. And I swear to God, my soul left my body immediately. And I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? And I didn't want to pick him up. I feel like that would have genuinely like ripped the masculinity straight out of this man. So I just kind of left him to it. I was like, you get up, you know. He stands up and he's like rubbing his shoulder, and I feel so awful. I'm like, he's in so much pain. And I just kind of bite the bullet at this point. I'm like, you know what? Do you want to go home? Like, you do not need to stay here with me. You do not need to feel like, you know, like, don't feel like you need to go through this after you've just done that. Personally, me, I would have probably just been like, listen, I gotta go. Like, I gotta go. And shout out to all my friends who said they would have got up and left him. Literally, everyone was like, Aleah, what did you do? And I was like, stayed. Like, helped him. Like, kind of was like, you know, like, are you good? But thankfully, he must have liked me that much. He wanted to stay, obviously. But anyway, the ironic thing of it all, I thought it went really well. I got home and I messaged him for maybe like 24 hours after that, and he just stopped replying to me. He stopped replying to me. This actually brings me to tears, the thought of this. Like, there's actually tears in my eyes right now. Oh, I can't believe I'm like my friends thought this would be funny and I'm not laughing. Well, I'm laughing, but I'm kind of dying inside. Not my proudest moment, and I don't feel like it was his either, but I did get told it's probably just because he fell down the stairs and he doesn't want to see you again just because of that. That slightly made me feel a wee bit better. I'm gonna need to take it at kind of face value and just believe that, because if it was because he didn't like me, I'm not sleeping. Like, I'm not sleeping at night knowing that. But yeah, so that didn't go well. And the second date, he was actually normal for once, so I don't really have much to add on that. So those are like the kind of two up-to-date dates that I was on. And then I went on another one and it went really well. So it's kind of like give and take, you know. At least he didn't trip up or fall downstairs. So I'm going to take that as a win. And we're just gonna move past that, because there's nothing, and like, he didn't fall, there's nothing interesting to talk about this guy. So honestly, like, you win some, you lose some. Other than being on those really traumatic dates, I have came across like just loads of new people. Like, I've kind of been putting myself out there more. I went to my first rave a couple of weeks ago, and I highly suggest, like, if anyone's looking for a completely like revamp in their life, is just kind of put yourself into situations where you would never find yourself before. And I would have never found myself in a techno rave, like, at all. And it was my mates that asked me, they were like, is this Halloween, like, rave coming up, do you want to go, like, is dress, like, however you want, wear a costume and go all out and show up? So we were all like, yeah, oh my God, that sounds so good. So we bought tickets. I went full out. I went Ann Summers maid costume, you know, like, had my hair all curled, had like stockings on, like, you know, I was full costume-esque. Like, I was going all out. It's Halloween. I've been waiting for this moment all year. And then so I got my mates, and we're all in costume, like, we are head to toe in costume. My mate's put on fake blood. My other mate's got this like long kind of costume, and my other mate's literally a snail. Like, she is dressed as a snail. And we literally rock up to this rave, and nobody is dressed up. Like, not a single person is dressed up, apart from us. Or what it seemed like at first. Like, nobody seemed to be dressed up at all. And we just have that kind of look at each other of, like, we are fucked. Like, we are unbelievably fucked. We go in, and eventually there was a couple other people that were dressed up. I wouldn't say as, you know, as full on as us, but, you know, we obviously had the best costumes, let's be fucking for real. But no, that was honestly so scary. Like, first of all, going to a rave in the first place, already completely at my comfort zone. Everyone's going to know I'm a gimp in my head. I'm like, I don't know how to dance, I don't know how to do any of this. And it was actually so fun. Like, it was no different to like a gig kind of setting. So yeah, and everyone was so friendly. I think that's one thing about the rave community that I kind of like, is everyone's so nice. Like, all the girls' bathroom was like, it was insane. Up until a point where one of the girls came out of a cubicle and she's like, that wasn't me. And we were like, what's she on about? And we looked in the cubicle and she'd literally just spewed up the entire wall, like, of this cubicle. Like, oh, full wall with it. Honestly, I swear to God, she hit every other bit in that cubicle than actually in the toilet, which, to be honest, like, you gotta kind of be impressed with that. But yeah, so I was kind of putting myself out there, doing more fun things, like being at a couple gigs. I saw Charlie XCX when she was in Glasgow a couple of days ago, and that was absolutely incredible. So I've been spending a lot of time with my friends, and I would say that is a big, massive thing and a big, massive plus. And I just want to put this disclaimer out there that I no longer feel like I need to be constantly dating someone, or I no longer feel like I need to have a man in my life to be interesting. Like, I can be my own person. And I feel like that's a good thing to just like have out there, like, for other women to know. Like, if you're constantly beating yourself down about like going on really shit dates, or them, like, a guy treating you like shit, then you don't need him. Like, believe me, the last thing you need is a man that's gonna go like sit down a set of stairs, or even like break your heart in some other way, you know? So like, let's just save the embarrassment and just like spend time with our friends for a few months. I feel like the only person I'm convincing right now is myself, and it's working, so I'm just going to keep at it until I get it engraved in my head that I've really only got myself in this. Okay, so another thing that kind of comes with the single life and moving to that, I would say, is like kind of revenge. So constantly feeling like you owe someone revenge, or you've just came out of like a really bad situationship. I would say, like, honestly, back in the day, I would have been so like, yeah, get revenge on him, like, do him bad. Like, all of his friends have messaged you, message them back. But see now, honestly, save yourself the self-respect and don't even do that. Like, honestly, if his friends are messaging you, 9 times out of 10, they're maybe even like, oh, she's now off, like, she's now not speaking to him, this is my chance, you know? And maybe they even know about it. I think that's the worst thing, is when they confide in it and they know, and maybe he's even gave him the all clear because he doesn't care anymore. That would look worse on you getting with this guy, because they've literally been like, oh, can I get with her now because you're not with her? And he's like, yeah, bro, obviously, you know? Don't do it. Don't go through the friend group thing. It's not worth it. I'd save your self-respect, girls, and just find a new man who's going to treat you better and have even nicer friends. Another big thing is birds of a feather flock together. And if his friends are assholes and you don't like them and they don't like you, 9 times out of 10, he's an asshole and he probably doesn't like you as well. So I learned that in 2024. Here's to 2025, when I'm going into this knowing this knowledge, so I don't need to experience it again. Even though, knowing myself, I probably will end up in a situation. But then I can watch this and remind myself, you know? So, honestly, coming with healing and coming with the whole revenge thing and kind of just coming to grips with, like, you know, trying to be the bigger person. Listen, honestly, I'm not saying you need to wish good vibes on them for the rest of their lives. I'm not that type of girl. Like, if you've done me dirt and you've walked out my life, then you're gone, you know? Like, it's a whole thing where I'll say at first, like, I want you to eat but not at my table, but now I'm kind of like, now I actually don't want to eat. Now I want to see you starve, you know? Like, you put me through that, you know, you kind of left me at a table on my own starving, so you can starve for a wee bit. But just let that heart sink in, let them deal with that, let them figure it out and give them a few months, and then, you know what, you'll be doing better and they won't be. I can assure you that. So another big thing too that I was kind of focusing on, or another big thing that kind of helped me, would be like healing. And like, I've already kind of mentioned it, the friends thing. Like, if you don't already spend time with your friends and go try new things, like, you're not going to heal. I kind of suggest blocking them and never talking to them again. Don't have access to any of them, and if you have their friends, I highly suggest hiding their stories, or like removing them as well, or just like stop doing it to hurt yourself. Because I'm telling you, if you see them in a new outfit, or you see them in a club that you guys used to go to together, or, you know, it's gonna probably sting. I feel like I genuinely need, like, my brain rewired in a way of how I deal with emotions and stuff like that. Like, I don't know any other girl that's kind of dealing with like BPD, borderline personality disorder, that like, we will get so attached to someone, and love bombing, oh, I love it. Like, every single guy that's ever love bombed me, I feel like I'm like, Like, why wouldn't you love me in under 24 hours? Like, why wouldn't you be head over heels with me? Like, you know, like, already. Oh, you've been speaking to me for 2 days and you've met me once? That makes so sense as to why you would say you love me, you know? So I've kind of had to get to the conclusion of not allowing that to happen anymore. And now I feel like the whole think like a man but act like a woman mentality is now starting to work better in my favour. So, like, when instead they would love bomb me, just love bomb them back. Honestly, like, two wrongs can make it right. And that's my... No, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding, they don't. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, well, you know, maybe they do. And in this aspect of things, like, in this kind of, like, vibe, two wrongs are in fact making it right. So, yeah, I think single life has just been, like, kind of fun. I've just been being able to find myself and just enjoy... I was constantly about finding myself, like, babe, you're lost. Like, you're so lost. It's going to take so many more years to completely find myself. And I think I'm aware of that. The more self-aware you are about that, I think the better as well, because I can cope better. Like, maybe you think, also it's like, maybe you need that person or, like, needed that friendship. But when actually in reality, you're just missing the attention or missing maybe, like, what they done for you or what they could have done for you. And I also, a lot of the times, what I do as well is I get kind of so lost in the whole what could have been scenario as well, and that does not help in the healing phase at all whatsoever. If you constantly think of what they could have been or where they were at one point, 9 times out of 10, like, some guys, maybe not 9 times out of 10, I'm going to actually give them credit. I'm going to give them credit right now. But for once, apparently, because I'm the man hater. Don't know where y'all got that from. But also, like, I don't know where y'all got that from when it's half of y'all causing me issues, and that's why I'm saying it, like, period, just putting that out there. Like, maybe if y'all gave me an easier time on this earth, then I would not be sitting here being like, how to avoid these types of men, how to save yourself from 3 whole months of being distraught, and then another 3 months of, you know, like, and then another 3 months of healing. You know, this is why I'm here, for the girls that have had to deal with this stuff. And I'm not saying it's always guys, but I'm not gonna lie, majority of the time it fucking is. So cut me some slack. But yeah, so if you're constantly thinking about what they could be or their potential, I'm honestly gonna be honest, if they are, like, baby, their frontal lobe's not even developed yet, like, what potential? You know, like, they don't even have a full-time job yet. Like, what potential? They don't drive yet. What potential? You know, like, any of these things, they don't have their own place yet. What potential? You know, like, you're thinking, like, your potential and looking at, like, what you would want, and 9 times out of 10, like, they wouldn't even be able to give you that. So it's not potential they have, it's potential that you have for your future. So you focus on you, because that's all you need, and then soon enough you'll be able to drive, and you'll have your own place, and you'll have all those things that you wish you could find in someone else that you'll have on your own, and so you'll be comfortable and able to just be okay on your own. Honestly, if I had someone telling me that advice at a younger age, I would have been so... Or, no, to be fair, Karen event, like, I would have probably still did it. Like, let's be fucking for real. Like, if someone's love bombing you and you like them, you're still gonna go through it. But, yeah, no, I feel like having my friends tell me that, and, like, having family tell me that, my mum especially, has really helped along the way. So, yeah, I hope my words of wisdom can help you. So if you ever feel like you're having a hard time, just remember that I've been through it 10 times fucking worse. Whether it be getting cheated on, love bombed, having these weird ass men that's like dads were convicted paedophiles, to men that fall downstairs even though it's going really well. I'm gonna just take that as he was clearly falling for me so much, and then he was so embarrassed he never texted me back. No, I probably said waffled shite the whole time, and he's definitely just been like, yeah, fuck this. Like, actually, fuck this. And then when he sees this, he'll probably unfollow me entirely and probably curse me out. So, yeah. Maybe he should actually have his opinion. Maybe I should have got him on and been like, okay, what was your opinion of me? You know, like, maybe he's next guest. I'm so kidding. He fell down those stairs and his soul left his body. Like, he didn't even want to be there. I do think he just stayed to be nice. I probably said a bunch of shit. Like, I'm not perfect. Like, in the slightest today. Like, I feel genuinely awful for like these men having to talk to me for like 3 hours after a couple messages. Like I am a concept. I am simply a concept. As soon as you click the link in my bio to find this channel where you see me talking like this, please just keep the Instagram. Like, this is for the girls only. Oh my god. As soon as you're here, it's a war zone. It is a complete war zone. Yeah, I might be in pink, but baby, we talk about trauma here. We talking about horror stories, like absolute horror stories. So just completely keep me as a concept. I am better as a concept. Don't deep it. Never deep it. I don't even know why they talk to me in the first place. I should always stay a concept. And if it's not guys falling down the stairs, it's literally just weird men finding me in my DMs, constantly like calling or stuff. Like, you ever get those weird people? Like, that doesn't really make the healing process either. Yeah, don't date people for the sake of dating people. Sorry, I need to disclaimer. This is the worst thing that I could have done. I wish I could go back and tell myself this. Do not date people for the sake of dating people. I'm telling you, you will regret it, especially if it's another bummy ass man, because you're gonna definitely be like, oh my god, like, he's gonna treat me so much better, blah blah blah. Then you're gonna go on the date with him, and then he's gonna be a complete bum, and maybe even worse. And then you're gonna be like, oh my god, no, I miss my Pookie. Like, I'm in the group chat being like, I miss my man, like, my man, like, come back. When actually, my man wasn't even my man, for starters, and for seconds, wasn't even offering me anything that I was looking for. But since he was better than the guy that I'm newly dating, I'm now missing you all of a sudden. Do you know what I mean? It's just so not worth it. Actually, do you know what? Scrap the whole lover girl thing. I feel like I'm turning into Future. Like, it's been the past couple of months, it's been hell. He filmed in the stairs, and I swear to God, in my head, I was like, I can't, like, literally Future started playing. I was like, I'm up, like, I'm done. And after dating a couple of people too, and it was just fucking falling to places. I feel like that meme I feel like it's a Future meme, and it's Future sat there like with his head down, he's got like glasses on, and it's like these kind of like ghost women around him to make it look like all he's doing is like thinking about, like, and that was so me. That was me coded. I had like 6 men around me right now, and all I'm thinking about is like my man, who was never really my man. I feel like we all have one of them, or like a situationship, or like a relationship that we've like constantly thought about for the rest of our lives, and I'll never forget. And I just pray one day that he goes through my reposts and remembers that I exist. No, I'm like, this is like not the point that I was getting at. This is the opposite of what I was getting at. The point I'm getting at is I don't need him anymore. Like I say, I'm really trying to convince myself in this matter. So honestly, that is my advice for, and that not even advice, that is just what I've been up to and how I've been doing. I feel like a catch up was definitely necessary on, you know, how chaotic it's been. And yeah, it doesn't get any easier. I feel like some people hear my stories and they're like, damn, please tell me she's got no one's thinking that apart from me, but like, please tell me she's got a life and now the rest of her life is just going to be filled with good karma. Nope. Not at all. So I don't know what I done in a past life. I don't know what people I killed in a past life, or like what I did with my bare hands. But it must have been bad, because I've been really suffering the punishments in this life. So thank you so much to the man that fell head first down the stairs in the coffee shop, to make everyone literally look up from their coffees and stare at me, who was standing there and didn't know what to do. And also, yeah, in that moment I was like, in my head I deleted the dating app. Like, in my head I was like, that's deleted, because I'm never doing this again. And I remember telling him too, I was like, this is my first date in so long, like, I don't do this, like, I don't date, I don't, you know, like, if I have to. And yeah, that was genuinely awful. I feel like I'm so much better at meeting people naturally than like that. I feel like he wasn't really good at laughing at it himself either. He seen me kind of laugh about it outside, and I thought we were going to laugh it off, but clearly his like elbow or like arm was hurting or something, or like his back. Because then I was like, yeah, and he wasn't laughing, so I was like, ooh, maybe it's too soon. To be fair, I would have dissolved. I genuinely think like I would have been like that the hamster meme where it's like the posing like the piece in hamster and it just like dissolves in the next thing. I think that would have been me, if that happened to me, but it didn't. So he can suck it. Like, clearly he was needing his bad karma, but then I got it bit in the arse when he didn't reply to me. Still holding a grudge about that, so hence why I'm slagging him off now. So yeah, fuck you for falling down the stairs, and thanks for not replying to me ever again. Not that I blame you, because I don't think I would have replied either after falling down the stairs. So another thing as well for someone that's newly single and maybe dating someone, do not make your whole world revolve around them. I've done that. I swear to God, next man to go on that gram, I better have a ring on my finger before he even touches the gram, or even his name even breaks, like I actually break breath of his name to anyone, because this was the most humbling thing. So I'm like booking my birthday, I'm like trying to sort that out, and I thought the guy that I was seeing at the time would come with me, so I was like, yeah, cool, like, I told all my friends to bring their boyfriends. You know exactly where this is going. So I'm like, yeah, like, I'll book a big bar, you can all bring your boyfriends, because obviously that makes it fair. Oh my fucking God, worst idea of my life. Literally not even like 2 weeks later after it's booked and all that, someone turns round to me and is like, I'm saying someone, the guy I was literally saying turned round to me and was like, I don't want to see you anymore. And I was like, well, you know, story of my life, mate, I don't blame you. Casually or honestly, like, I'll see you soon. See you when I see you. And that was it. Full birthday was fucking ruined. All my mates had their boyfriends coming, and at that point I was like, you know what, like, I knew them, it wasn't like I didn't know them and it was weird, but yeah, I was like, fuck me, man, I'm gonna need to invite all yous, and I was sitting there like thanks to, shout out to my other single friends that were there, that was actually nice, but most of them had their boyfriends there, which was lovely. They're so nice. Guys, if you are watching this, you guys are so funny, and you added so much to my birthday, but it did make me feel so depressed when I seen you guys and your couples just a little bit. So yeah, shout out to the couples that were there on my birthday. You guys made my birthday so traumatizing, and I wanted to cry the whole time. No, I'm joking. Obviously it was good fun, but honestly I was dying inside. I was low-key dying inside. Actually, I wasn't dying inside. I was blackout drunk the whole time. I don't even really remember it. I don't even know I'm deeping it that much. I deeped it at first when I knew it was happening, when I knew I was counting down the days to having to sit there. But other than that, it was great. Other than that, it was fantastic. I got so drunk that I didn't even remember it anyway. So shout out you guys. Hope you all stay together forever. Love couples. If y'all are happy in a couple, so am I. I'm happy for you as well. Yeah, I hope. Just a little bit salty to be single at Christmas again, but what's new? To be fair, last year I had a boyfriend, but I spoke about him on this, and I swear that's what jinxed it, so that'll never be getting breath broken ever again to this fucking thing. Oh my God! No, I was watching back in the season, like the first season, me being like, oh my God, so, what I bought my boyfriend for... He is so into the gym, like, he is so this, he's so that. Stand up, girl! Stand up. Maybe I was sat. Oh, I was sat. I'm stood now. Unfortunately, I am stood now. But yeah, so shout out to him. He's great. His new girlfriend's probably sat as well at this point. So I feel like you can only ever be sat with someone like him. It was awful. Honestly, this should just be my coming out video. Actually, I'm coming out. Can I say that? It's 2020. Is it too early for it? Is it too soon? Yeah, that should be the title. My coming out, in brackets, dating history. But yeah, no. So on a wrap up of 2024, dating life, absolutely horrific. Actually quite happy to be single at Christmas this year. I am lying. I am miserable. If I see one more couple at that fucking Christmas markets, put like Christmas markets together with your cute picture posts, fuck. Also, can I just say, every single time when like someone I know posts their ugly ass boyfriend on their Snapchat or something like that, with like beautiful boy, I'm gagging, like I'm actually taking the heave. But then I remember a couple months ago, baby, that would have been you when you were sat. That would have been you. But now I feel like I'm never going to let myself do that ever again. So I feel like my frontal lobe has slightly developed since then. Either that or I'm just genuinely becoming future at this point. I'm telling you, that is the way. Like, that is the way forward. Fuck these hoes. Treat them all like bitches and have at least 5. Because having one, he'll do you dirt, but having 5, 5 of them will do you dirt instead, and that'll make you look better, because then you can be like, well, I've got 4 backups, and then they'll slowly but surely all do you dirty, and then you can just get another 5. Do you know if you lose one of that 5, then you can like graft to get another one, so it's always 5. I don't even have 5, but that can change, so I'm looking for a 5, or actually just the 1. The Christmas markets are still on until January, so if anyone wants to go, hit me up. My year's been so good. Please don't sign me in after this. Oh, fighting for my life. I just want to remind people, I'm not here to shit on anyone. I'm here to talk about my embarrassing stories about myself and embarrass myself. This is never totally about hating men, but if men are going to give me a reason to hate on them, then I'm obviously going to take that opportunity, because what woman wouldn't? Which is what they all seem to think. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning into the new season. I hope you look forward to the next episodes. If any of you have any comment, like pod ideas, just comment them below. And yeah, I hope you like the new vibe that we got going on. New season, new mic and stuff. So, you know, I can't wait to get started again and get the ball rolling. And hopefully soon I won't ever need to mention a man on this podcast ever again. That's the plan. Unless it's advice or it's a funny dating story, because I feel like you can never go wrong with that. But I will never be sat there brainwashed with my eyes genuinely doing this, being like, oh my god, I love my boyfriend. And if I ever do, please slaughter me in the comments, because that is the only way that I'll ever be able to redeem myself. Like, that will be my redemption. Good news, we're actually available on Spotify now. If you don't want to watch on YouTube, you can also watch the full pod on Spotify. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, as Hear Me Out Pod with a 0 instead of an O, and the TikTok username is also the same. So thank you so much for tuning in to the first episode of season 2. I'm so excited to get it going, and I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.